Welcome back to Life's Chillent. My name is Avital, and this week's Parsha is Parshat Beha'alotecha. And Parshat Beha'alotecha focuses a lot about the journeys of the Jewish people. It talks about a little bit more in depth about the formations that they would go in and who would be first and who would follow and who would pick up the rear. It talks about how God's presence would rest over the Mishkan, the tabernacle, using a pillar of fire during the night and a cloud during the day, and when the cloud would lift, they would journey, and when it would rest, they would stay. So it goes over a lot of the details of their journeys in the time that they were in the desert. And if you think back many Parshas, we were seeing kind of this constant theme of the Jewish people having complaints to Moses about the conditions of their life in the desert. And they were constantly saying like, oh, we would have been better in the land of Egypt, at least there we had this, at least there we had that. So that returns in this week's Parsha. And this time the Jewish people are upset that they don't have meat. Here's what the verse says. It says, "Who will feed us meat? We remembered the fish that we ate in Egypt free of charge, the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onion, and garlic. But now our life is parched. There is nothing. We have nothing to anticipate but the manna." So it's a really interesting thing. The Jewish people are once again reminiscing about how life was in Egypt and that they had all of these foods that they got to eat when they were in Egypt. But they're kind of forgetting, like, we were slaves in Egypt. We had backbreaking labor. The Egyptians were killing our children, throwing them into the Nile. We didn't have the freedom that we have now. We weren't in charge of our own time. We were being killed. We were thought of as the lowest of the low. And now they're God's people and they're on their way to their own land and they're free. And this manna, that's the only thing they have to anticipate, is served to them every single day for 40 years from heaven. It's brought down and laid in front of them. And they're not thinking about this quite the right way. They're thinking, okay, we don't have meat. They're reminiscing about what it was like back then, but maybe they are seeing things in rose-colored glasses. They're not remembering how terrible it was when they were there. They're just thinking about, oh, then there was meat, and oh, there were cucumbers, and oh, there was garlic, and now we just have manna. Just have manna. I think the line that really stood out to me was they said that they have nothing to anticipate but the manna. Because what the Jewish people in this instance are really lacking is a sense of gratitude. They are, again, thinking about the past with these rose-colored glasses, and they're not thinking about how much they have to be grateful for in the portion that they currently have right now. Everything, the grass is always greener on the other side, think about that expression. The Jewish people are exemplifying that right here, where they're thinking about how life was before, or the things that they used to have, or could have had, or should have, or want to have. We do that so much in our own lives. We don't see the manna that's literally being served to us. We focus on all of the things that we don't have in our life, things that we used to have, things that other people have, things that we want to have. We don't focus on the amazing bounty of the blessings God has given us. God has given us these incredible blessings, and the people are just like oblivious to them. They're complaining about what they don't have. And again, I think that we absolutely do the same thing. We absolutely look at other people's portions or things, again, that we could have had or should have had or want to have and say, why don't I have that? But if we can focus inwards a little bit, if we can have some true and genuine introspection about, look at the incredible things that we do have, look at what we have now that we didn't used to have, look at this amazing life that God has given us and all of the blessings, and we take a moment to express gratitude and appreciation rather than being upset for what we don't have, it would truly shift our mindset and take it from there's nothing out here but manna to, wow, we have manna, how cool. It's all a matter of attitude and a matter of perspective, and we have the opportunity and we are in charge of changing that perspective for ourselves. And so I would really encourage all of us to go ahead and do that. And I wish you all a wonderful week and a Shabbat Shalom, and I look forward to speaking with you next time.